While building apps, I always wanted an image picker like Facebook. So this time I built one myself with React Native. So at first you need a plain React Native project with the React Native camera library installed. And the first thing you need to do is to grab permission from device to access the external storage. It's pretty simple. We need to check for permission, and if it's granted we then return true so that we can get the data from the device. And you can find this piece of code anywhere in the internet. So this looks like that. It asks for the permission, and if you allow, it does apparently nothing. So now we need to get the albums from the device. I'm commenting out this piece of code and then adding a state object to save the albums. And this is pretty straightforward. We are just using the camera library to get the albums, and after we grab the albums we just need to save it in our state. We also call the get photos function with the name of the album. So we need to add another state object, and here is our get photos function where I have passed the album name, and with the album name we are getting the photos. Again, I'm using the camera library to get the photos, and they actually have a straightforward example of doing this. So I just used their code and added this extra piece of information with the album name. And yeah, we need to add the photos object to save the state, to save the photos in the state, and then we can focus on the front end. So I actually used a very simple flat list to show the images that we have got from the previous steps, and we just using image to show the images we have got from the library, and they have a pretty simple example of doing this. So I need to add the site specifications. Without this the images won't be shown. So this looks like that. This currently does nothing. You can tap as many as time you want, but it will do nothing. So we need to add that functionality. So this is pretty simple and straightforward. I'm adding a new function here, and we check if the current image is included in the selected photos object. If it is, then we remove it, and if it is not, we just add it using ES straight functionality. And yeah, this is very simple, and we need to show something to actually visualize this selections. So I just added the Facebook like numbers that shows the order of the image, the order of the selected image. So this is very simple, and then just look at that how it looks like. Here we go. If you tap an image, this will add the order of the selected image, and you can remove and tap as many times as you want. So now we need to get the albums. So I'm using the picker component from React Native and rendering all the albums we have got in the get albums function. As you can see here, we have already set it in the albums object, so we can easily map it and show the picker items. So that's all, and this is how it looks. Pretty cool. You have picker and you tap it, it shows all the list of your albums, and it will actually won't work if you tap on any item. So we need to add the functionality for that. So we have a new current album state with a string. Here we will set the current album name, and once you have tapped it, we just change the album function. The change album function here, we set the current album name and get new photos with that name. We have already set it in previous steps. So this is actually the final state. You tap on name and it will grab the photos from the album and it will show that. So that's cool. So now we need the final thing to return the selected images, and just follow the Facebook like button style to set it at the top, beside the picker, and we just need to console log the selected image object. I also added some borders, so this is the finishing product we have. Just as we coded, once you tap next, it will console log the object of selected images. This is how it looks like. Yeah, that's cool. So you can use it after that as you want. So that's all for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe this channel, and just let me know what you want to see you in next videos. Bye bye.